Welcome everyone to the 22nd edition to this video series of 84 videos that are spiritual in nature and that have the potential to change your life. This video I'm going to talk about a phenomenon, natural phenomenon, that is situated in the United States. And it is called Mato Tipila, also known as the Devil's Tower. So I'll tell you a quick story. In 2021, I believe it was the year that Sadhguru took a road trip on his motorcycle across the United States, and he visited significant spiritual sites and Native American historical monuments. And one of the places that he visited was in Wyoming. It's called the Devil's Tower, or also known by the native name, Mato Tipila. The day that he spoke about this, he was talking to the Black Eyed Peas, the band, and he was explaining this phenomenon, and he said that it was the most powerful thing that he's ever seen in North America, or this part of the land. And that immediately piqued my interest. And I started researching this structure and watching everything that Sadhguru has on this Mato Tipila. Some of the facts that I've learned about this is that it is situated in Wyoming, in the northeastern part of Wyoming. It is called Mato Tipila, which means Bear Lodge Butte, or something like that, or like the Bear's Tower, because it looks like a gigantic bear clawed on the rock. And that's actually the traditional story of this peak. It's a big, well, first let me say that how it was formed. Scientists believe that it was a big volcanic kind of uprising, or volcanic rock rose up to the surface, and that's how it formed. But really, they're not sure how this came to be. But the traditional story that Native Americans used to explain this structure is that a few children were playing at the water's edge, and a big brown bear came and chased them. And these children ran to a big rock, and they climbed on top of the rock, and they prayed to the spirits, and they prayed to the earth, "Please, rock, please rise and give us safety and protection from this bear." And and so it did, and the rock rose up high, all the way up to where it stands now. And the bear on the bottom started climbing and clawing at the rock, and that's why it looks like the bear has clawed that mountain, the side of the mountain. And the children were saved, and the children rose all the way up to space and to the stars, and those are now the Pleiades. So after Sadhguru had spoken about this Mato Tipila, I did lots of research, and I looked at the pictures, and he said that this powerful space, you can connect to it from wherever you are. You don't have to be in its physical presence. He also said that he was very wary of keeping his followers next to this structure, because especially in the moonlight where he was in, I just ate a lot of food, and I have so much energy coursing through me. So, bear with me, because I'm running over my words. He was wary of people to stand next to the structure or be next to this place at nighttime, especially in the full moon, because this activates the throat chakra. And if you know anything about the throat chakra, it can be very dangerous for anyone new that just suddenly gets their throat activated. It'll cause a lot of problems socially. So then fast forward a few days or months, and I was experiencing a kind of a mystical experience, you could say, one day. And suddenly I saw into the reality of this structure in the United States, and I saw that it is the single most powerful thing in the northern hemisphere for sure, without a doubt. It's also responsible for the reason, it's responsible for the success of the United States and Canada and the North American plain. Not so much Mexico, unfortunately. And it is the reason why so many immigrants choose to come here and so many people are drawn to this land, because it's a sheer power. It's power. It is power. And, you know, I shared with this with my friend, and he was totally like in disbelief, or not disbelief, but he didn't believe me at all. So this is not really like intuitive knowledge where you have to really pierce into this. This is a fact. This is reality. And so yeah, this place is power. It is the throat chakra, blue. After I saw this, after I had this realization, after I experienced this, it was so easy for me to connect to this place, even though I was hundreds of miles away from the actual location. I was in Toronto, and this thing is in Wyoming. And any day I could just sit, close my eyes, and imagine this or visualize this, and so many powerful experiences came to my life because of this structure. So if you're in the United States, for sure you're getting influenced by this, whether you know it or you don't know this. If you're in Canada, likewise as well. Most people live close to the United States border, so definitely you are. And in some parts of northern Mexico, also you are being influenced by this. If you can tune into this structure, if you are, especially if you're in the North American plain, then it will change your whole life, and so fast. And you don't have to believe in, you know, magic or mysticism or any of this. It just has that power to completely and utterly change your life. It is the most, actually in all of the entire planet, it's probably the most, not probably, it's one of the most powerful natural spiritual structures that are alive today. So now I am in Australia, and that's very far away from this place, and it just yesterday and today as well, I started thinking about this this possibility, and thinking about if I can connect to this space just like I could in Toronto. And it's a little bit more challenging, but still, you can connect to this if you're on Venus or if you're halfway across the universe. It doesn't matter. If you hold the picture in your mind, and if you have any sense of the energy that it holds, you can very easily connect to this, and it's like I'm there now. While I was in Toronto, I had many aspirations and a very strong desire to visit this place, or not. It wasn't really a strong desire, it was more of an intellectual understanding that it would be wise for me to go to this place and sit in front of it and to meditate and absorb its frequency. But it didn't work out. I had problems entering the United States, couldn't prove ties and whatever else. I had challenge entering the United States. But it really wasn't necessary, because I could connect to this space from my own room, and I did. I geolocated where this place was in my room, or in alignment with my room. It was west of me, and I would look into that direction every day, or whenever I remembered. And yeah, the connection process was very simple and easy. Sadhguru also has a video series on Mato Tipila, on Sadhguru exclusive, which I highly recommend anyone watching this to subscribe to that. It's only like $10 a month, and that the wisdom there is you can't find it anywhere else on the planet, especially not on YouTube. So on Sadhguru exclusive, Sadhguru has a 7 or 8 part video series of him talking about Mato Tipila in various stages and the different dimensions that it holds. and he talks about how it's the throat chakra energy. It's the blue. It's this dimension, and it's to do with mysticism and occult. And he says that anyone that is in the vicinity of this space cannot help but to activate their throat chakra. And he said that he can just imagine the people that were living in the United States back when, as Native Americans, however many thousands of years ago, and they spent time next to this structure, and all the possibilities that they were able to do, and the things that they were able to create, and the way it changed them, it would have been fascinating. And this structure is responsible for all the occult and mysticism that Native Americans display and show. And like I said, I strongly believe that this place is responsible for the success that the United States has today. To open your throat chakra, you need a lot of support and also stability. If you spontaneously open it, you will go crazy. So you need a safe environment, a safe atmosphere, an atmosphere that will support you, expanding your energy. That's actually where Mercury comes in. And so once you feel safe and you are in a safe environment and you have enough physical and mental control over yourself and mastery, you can connect to this energy field, and it will be very rewarding for you and very helpful. And you won't destroy your life. I will talk about the throat chakra in 2 videos from now. Sadhguru also mentions that the Adi Yogi, the first yogi to ever walk on this planet, people call him Shiva, that he was a master of this energy, this blue energy. And if you activate this dimension within you, you will be alienated from the people around you. You cannot hold human connections when you're in this space, because you open up a new dimension totally, that of normal life. And connection to other beings is virtually impossible. People will find you very weird. And when you're on full blast with this, it's extremely weird. You cannot, you cannot be in social display when this is active. And that's why most people that choose to go on this path, they live alone. And because they alienate themselves. It's either that, or you have to be willing to contain this and kind of subside this, or keep it hidden, or keep it pushed down. And there are ways of doing that. And you can learn about that if you subscribe to the Sadhguru exclusive and watch these video series. Those video series I've rewatched at least 10 times for sure, maybe 12 or 15 times, maybe more. And just watching that and absorbing the energy and learning more about this structure every day. And it is called the Devil's Tower, based on a mispronunciation or a misunderstanding that once the English people were talking to the Native Americans a long time ago, asking about this mountain or this physical shape, and asking what this name, and the English translator mistranslated, thinking that it's, instead of it being the God's Tower or something like that, he misconstrued the words and said that it's the Devil's Tower. And when it comes to the mystical process and occult and that realm of existence, I can see why that name has stuck, or that's still labeled as that, because the throat chakra and this whole realm of existence is to do with contacting beings that are not in the physical plane, and whatever you call as demonic or angelic, and ghosts, and everything that is to do with those things. So it would be very wise for you, now having invested 15 minutes of your time and listening to this, it would be wise for you to find some YouTube videos and at the very least look at a picture of this, because just glaring at this physical image, even if you're halfway across the world, it can change your life. It can connect you to this force field, and once you do get connected with it, it'll never let you go. You'll just continue sinking down deeper and deeper until you finally hit the bottom.